I found out a week before our wedding. You'd think that would be the most painful part, right? Wrong. It's a story about revenge, served cold and calculated, to every single person who watched me plan a wedding while knowing it was all a lie. The discovery was almost cinematic in its cruelty. I was at Liam's apartment, planning to surprise him with his favorite takeout. Primer I used my key, quietly letting myself in, and heard voices from the bedroom. Not just any voice, but Sarah's, my maid of honor, my confidante since kindergarten. The laughter, the whispers. It all clicked into place. I didn't storm in. I didn't scream. I just quietly backed out, closed the door, and walked away. The shock was a physical thing, like being plunged into ice water. But as the numbness wore off, a cold, hard clarity took its place. They hadn't just betrayed me, they had underestimated me. My first target was Chloe, the group's social climber. Chloe lived for gossip and being in the know. She thrived on drama, as long as it wasn't her own. I knew she'd known for months. Sarah had confessed to her, and Chloe had kept the secret, probably relishing the power it gave her. Her weakness, her reputation. She was desperately trying to get a promotion at the marketing firm where she worked, a company with a strict social media policy and a very conservative, family-oriented boss. So, I started small. I created a few anonymous online profiles, nothing traceable back to me. I began dropping hints on local community forums and social media groups that Chloe was a part of. Vague posts about friends who watch their best friend get cheated on, and the ethics of silence. It was just enough to make people curious. Then, I escalated. I found an old photo of Chloe at a wild party from college one. She begged me to delete years ago. I didn't post the photo itself. Instead, I sent it in an anonymous email to her company's general HR address, with a simply innocent-sounding message. Just wanted to make sure this kind of behavior aligns with your company's values. A concerned citizen. I knew her boss, a notorious micromanager, monitored the HR inbox. The fallout was immediate. Chloe didn't get fired, but she was called into a meeting with HR and her boss. The promotion she was banking on, it quietly went to someone else. She was sidelined, her reputation tarnished by whispers and suspicion. She never knew it was me, but I saw the paranoia in her eyes. The first piece had fallen. Next up was Mark. Mark was Liam's best friend and my college buddy. His cowardice was his defining trait. Mark had a secret of his own. She was good, but she always felt like she was in the shadow of more successful artists. Through a mutual acquaintance who owed me a favor, I got my hands on her entire proposal, the concepts, the color palettes, everything. I didn't steal it. I improved it. I hired a professional designer, someone far more experienced than Sarah, and we refined her ideas, elevated her concepts, and polished them to a mirror shine. Then, using another anonymous persona, I submitted the improved proposal to the festival committee a day before Sarah submitted hers. It was her vision, but better. My version 1, she received a rejection email that probably felt like a punch to the gut. But the best part, the festival committee, loving the anonymous work, publicly posted a thank you and credited the design to a talented mystery artist, making Sarah's stolen dream a public spectacle. She saw her own ideas celebrated, while she was left with nothing. Finally, there was Liam, the man I almost married. For him, revenge couldn't be about his career or family. It had to be about his ego. Liam was incredibly proud of his meticulously curated public image. Successful, charming, loyal guy. He was also a bit of a spendthrift and had recently bought a vintage sports car. His absolute pride and joy. He'd poured thousands into restoring it. After weeks of silence, I finally agreed to meet him. Not to reconcile, but for closure, as I put it. I let him give his tearful, pathetic apologies. I let him believe he might have a chance to win me back. Then, on the day we were supposed to meet, I didn't show up. Instead, I sent him a single text message. It was a link to a private online photo album. The album contained hundreds of photos and screenshots. Every romantic text they ever sent me. Every love letter. Every photo from our vacations, and interspersed between them. Screenshots of the flirty texts between him and Sarah that I had managed to recover from our shared cloud account. The final photo was a picture of the engagement ring he gave me, sitting in the donation box of a charity thrift store. The album was titled, A Study in Deceit. I didn't share it publicly. I just sent the link to him and to one other person, his very influential, image-conscious boss, with whom he often played golf. I simply wrote, "Thought you should know the kind of character you associate with." Liam's personal and professional life imploded. The humiliation was total. He lost his carefully crafted image, the respect of his boss, and the woman he cheated on me with, Sarah, who couldn't handle the fallout. It's been a year now. I've moved to a new city, started a new job. Thanks for listening to my story. If you've ever been through something similar, know that the best revenge is moving on.